Boom. What is up, guys? Welcome back to another video. As you can see, we're back in the fragrance studio, if you'd like to call it that, to be reviewing the top 5 most complimented fragrances in my collection. I'm talking full bottles, I'm talking samples or decants, anything that has scented juice. It was up as a contender to make this list, and I have sorted through and compiled the top 5 most compliment-getting fragrances that I own. And I think we're right about to get into the month of February, so now would be a great time to maybe scoop up a bottle or sample of these. Valentine's Day is right around the corner. Or even if you're a single guy like myself, you can still enjoy these fragrances and still pull positive attention wherever you go and whoever you come in contact with. So without further ado, let's jump right into this list and let's discuss number 5. Number 5 had a couple of its counterparts make the list last week, but Armani Code EDT is the 5th most complimented fragrance in my collection. We'll share some sprays together. Last week I reviewed the Profumo and the 2024 EDP release. This one, to my knowledge, is from 2004. And this bottle was actually the first fragrance I ever owned. Got passed down from my dad. Really special fragrance to me. Obviously, this is a 21-year-old bottle. And so the original formulation, original batch, it just means a lot to me. And the Code DNA, as I discussed last week, is so addictive, so good. It's tried and true. And there's truly not really any other better options across a fragrance line when it comes to the cold weather, evenings out, going somewhere nice, a date, a dinner, a special occasion or event. Armani Code, the EDT, probably the most versatile and my personal favorite out of the collection. With this one, you get notes of lemon and bergamot, a little bit of a fresh opening, and then you get star wrens, olive blossom, and guaiac wood in the mid, and then it transitions to some leather, tonka bean, and tobacco. So really powdery kind of scent, little bit of sweet, little bit of spices there, but the powder is kind of what Code is known for across its line, regardless of if it's the original or any of the flankers that have come since it. But this is just such a good fragrance. And I know they re-released this one not long ago, maybe 2 years ago, but in the new bottle style. But this, the original from 2004, and the original bottle, original formulation and batch, so good. And this gets so many compliments. So that had to make it to number 5 on the list. How about number 4 most complimented fragrance? We discussed it a little bit last week, and I know that we did that, but I still couldn't make this list without including PDM's Sedley. This fragrance is not only one of my favorite niches, but truly it pulls so much positive attention. And not really surprising, most people gravitate towards that fresh, citrusy, minty DNA. But my goodness, there's been time and time again. I wear this to church. I wear this to the office. I wear this in classes back when I was in school. And people love the fresh, out of the shower almost kind of vibe you get. I mean, this just, to me, screams that you're a hygienic, put-together person that cares about how you smell and care about how you present yourself to others, because so fresh, so appealing. Nobody is really put off by this scent because it's a very easy fragrance to wear. With the lemon, mint, bergamot, grapefruit, orange, ton of citruses. Lavender is the big star player in the show in the mid. And then ambroxan, sandalwood, vetiver, cashmere, cedar, and patchouli. So good. It gets me compliments year round. I can't necessarily wear the Code all 4 seasons. I wear the Sedley all 4 seasons, and that kind of naturally gives me more of an opportunity to get compliments as well. And even as we go through this list, I'll also make this disclaimer. You're going to kind of notice a trend before we carry on, that these 5 fragrances that I'm discussing this evening are actually also some of my favorite and most worn fragrances in my collection, but that there's a correlation between the two. The scents that I like are going to be scents that I typically wear more often, and I wear the most, thus giving me more of an opportunity to get compliments. And so you can kind of see that these correlate, but I think they're fantastic fragrances for a reason, and other people seem to agree. But let's get to the podium. Number 3, the third best and most complimented fragrance in my collection. It's a shame I don't have a bottle of this yet. I'll take it out of the special decant cover. For those of you that can see or read backwards, this is Creed of Venice. Obviously one of the most popular, probably the most popular niche fragrance ever. No other fragrance has been duped and cloned more often and imitated than this is, but Venice is just so good for a reason. I'm going to be honest, at least, although it's kind of a simple scent profile, it's not the most complicated or off-putting profile. It's so easy to wear, and even just something like this makes you smell like $1,000,000. There's almost a level of elegance that comes about you when wearing this fragrance. So, so good. You guys, of course, know the notes. Bergamot, blackcurrant, apple, lemon, pink pepper, pineapple, real big player, patchouli, jasmine, birch, musk, oak moss, ambroxan, and cedarwood. I wear this only really around special occasions, around Christmas time. Maybe if I'm preaching somewhere really big, I might spray a couple sprays on. That really is my special occasion scent if I just want to make a lasting impression. And it's a big, big moment, and I got to be ready for it. Venice is what I put on. And it's so good, and truthfully, this is probably going to be one of the next fragrances I pick up in a full bottle. I got this decant a couple years ago for Christmas, and even this decant won the one spray challenge that I did about a year ago this time. So a lot of fond memories with this fragrance. Still got some more of it left, but I do need to pick up a full bottle because if something special or something big is going on, I'm wearing Creed of Venice, and everybody loves it. Continually get compliments. People always ask them what I'm wearing and where they can pick it up for someone they love and care about. So at Venice, phenomenal fragrance for a reason, and it is number 3 most complimented on the list. How about number 2? Let's go to the second most complimented fragrance. This might come as a surprise, but Prada Sport is the second most complimented fragrance in my collection. I can already see some of you probably pretty surprised because even out of the Luna Rossa line, Prada Sport's not the most worn. It's not the most talked about. And it's not even the strongest one, if we're just going to be honest. But this fragrance will always be in my collection and will always be a part of my rotation because it was the first fragrance that I purchased back in December of 2022 at a Perfume Paradise outlet in the Asheville Mall, where I paid a ridiculous amount of money for this fragrance, way more than what it's worth, even back then and especially now. Totally got scammed, totally got ripped off, but that's what got me into fragrances. And so now, here we are, a couple years later. But Prada Sport, to me, for those of you that might not know, this is my Friday fragrance. You're watching this on Thursday, I can already tell you that I'm wearing this fragrance tomorrow on Friday because just based on my own opinion and my experience, this smells like Friday to me. The scent profile, the vibe, the mood it puts me in, this screams Friday is here, the work week is over, the weekend is about to come, and it's super versatile, and people love this stuff, and I'm not afraid to absolutely just spray a bunch of it as well. It's not the most longest lasting in the world. I mean, you look at the notes, juniper, berries, ginger, lavender, vanilla, and tonka bean. It's not a really long-lasting scent. I get about maybe 6 hours of longevity. But that's why every time I wear this fragrance on Fridays, I go about 8 to 10 sprays. And I promise you, it's not too much. It doesn't choke people out. It's just enough to boost that fragrance out there, almost increase the sillage a little bit. And for people to notice me, pick up that lavender, pick up some of the ginger or juniper berries, and they love it. Real big compliment getter. Obviously, I wear this once a week in the midst of a fragrance collection that honestly would take quite a while to wear one of every single one. But I still wear this weekly, and so that does help with the compliment factor, but I can wear this anytime, the office, school, date, dinner, party, whatever occasion it is, whatever season, I can spray it plenty enough and know that people are going to love it and it's not going to offend or upset anybody. Super underrated, honestly, in the line. The 2024 version, it's cool. It's nice. Probably a little more suited for fall and winter time, but this stuff still reigns supreme, and I'll probably have to get a backup bottle soon because this one's getting low. But Prada Sport, the second most complimented fragrance in my collection. And now, drum roll please, let's give it up for the best and most complimented fragrance in my collection. Paco Rabanne's Invictus Platinum. If you've watched any of the videos on my channel, you know that this is my signature scent, and it's my favorite fragrance of all time at this current point. Now, that's, of course, subject to change, but this stuff is so good, and the best part about it is nobody talks about it, and nobody wears it, because I guess somehow in the last couple years, people are wearing Invictus Aqua, they're wearing Victory Elixir, the original Invictus. They're even wearing the new Parfum that just came out last summer. People are gravitating towards every other Invictus fragrance besides this one, leaving Platinum for me to kind of be my signature scent. And people know me by that because it's so underrated and so slept on. Great atomizer as well. Oh my goodness. Phenomenal. Incredible. Perfect 10 out of 10 fragrance right here. You get some grapefruit, mint, lavender, cypress, and patchouli. Super fresh, super green. Really got a nice green aspect to it. And it's honestly got a good bit of sweetness. But it's a very versatile sweetness that you can kind of wear through all 4 seasons. I spray more in the fall and winter than I do in the spring and summer just because this is a little more of a dense fragrance than what other freshies might be. But honestly, it gets the job done. And I'll put it to you this way. This fragrance, it's been nicknamed Old Reliable by some of my friends for a reason. This stuff, you can spray it on and you can just count on it to get you compliments. I cannot tell you not only how many different times individually that I've gotten compliments on this fragrance, but how many different people have approached me, whether I knew them prior or not. And they were like, man, what are you wearing? Like, you just smell so good. And especially if we're just tying back to this Valentine's Day season, I have not gotten more compliments than this one does in terms of pulling positive attention from the female audience. People love this stuff. It's addicting. It's alluring. It's captivating. They want to keep coming back and smelling more and getting more of it as it dries down. I don't have anything negative to say about it. It lasts a great amount of time. It's a cheap, not really that expensive a designer fragrance. Nobody wears it, so it's not like your Sauvage or Bleu de Chanel of the world. And it just, to me, is the most pleasing scent profile that I've laid my nose to so far. And I've smelled probably thousands of fragrances, so that says something. But that is number one. Most complimented, and it's my signature scent and my most favorite. But going back to the title, the most positive attention, at least for me, has come from wearing Paco Rabanne's Invictus Platinum. And that is my most complimented fragrance in the collection. That's going to be all, though, for this week's video. I hope you all enjoyed. If you want to see any other fragrance videos, drop those ideas down in the comments section below. Canyon and I will gladly review all your ideas and suggestions that you have. Also got a special video coming out very soon about sensual obsessions, so be sure to subscribe, hit that bell so you don't miss that. We're on the road to 2.5K. We got YouTube shorts and videos coming out every single day, so stay posted for those. But stay safe. Appreciate you guys, and God bless.